Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 96th Annual Chamber Meeting and Awards virtual event. I'm Kevin Stephenson, and I'll be your virtual MC for tonight. This year's Chamber Awards ceremony looks a little different. We thank you for joining us in this format. Even though we're not able to meet in person for our usual dinner, we hope you received your special package from the Canton Chamber. Included were some items given by our three major sponsors, Hy-Vee in Canton, Mid-America National Bank, and Progressive Vision Center. You also should have found an envelope that says Shop Canton. Inside this envelope is $15 in chamber checks. We hope you use them to purchase a meal from a local restaurant for tonight, but if not, be sure to use them at any of the local chamber member businesses on the chamber checks list. We want to thank Ameren, Illinois for being our lead sponsor and covering the cost of each chamber check that was given to everyone who purchased a ticket for tonight's event. The Canton Chamber, along with Ameren, Illinois, encourages you to shop local first. Let's get this evening's virtual event underway. Feel free to follow along during the evening in your program that was provided in the special package from the Chamber. To start things off, we'll hear from John Bentema, Business Outreach Manager with Ameren, Illinois, who again is our lead sponsor this year.
Thank you, Kevin. Good evening. My name is John Bentema. I'm with the Ameren, Illinois Energy Efficiency Program, and we are a proud sponsor of this evening's 96th Annual Canton Area Chamber of Commerce Chamber Meeting and Awards Ceremony. The Ameren, Illinois Energy Efficiency Program provides cash incentives to Ameren, Illinois customers to make energy-efficient upgrades to their homes, businesses, schools, nonprofits, churches, and also public facilities. To learn more about our program, please visit AmerenIllinoisSavings.com. One of the programs that I would highly encourage you to learn more about is our small business program, where you can sign up to get a free and no obligation lighting assessment from one of our program allies. And by doing so, you will also get a free smart thermostat for your business. I'd like to thank Carla Bobell, the Executive Director for the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce, for giving us this opportunity to take part in tonight's event, as well as all the past support she and the Chamber have given our program to help get the word out about our incentives to Ameren, Illinois customers. With that, I'd like to thank everyone. I hope everyone has a good evening. And now I'll turn it over to Board President Jana Emmons for her comments. Thank you.
Thank you, John, and thank you everyone for tuning in for the 96th Annual Chamber Meeting and Awards Ceremony. We've come together virtually tonight to honor three individuals for their contributions to our community, and it is my privilege as the Chamber President to share in recognizing their amazing talents and dedication. But tonight, we also want to thank you, the members of Canton Area Chamber of Commerce. Every day, you make a commitment to Canton and to Fulton County. You continuously bring us goods, services, knowledge, and assistance that help make our lives better. But even more, you and your businesses support local events through sponsorships or by volunteering your time to help make chamber events a success. Even last year during a pandemic, you continued to show support by fulfilling your chamber membership dues and investing in our community. Again, we say thank you and we truly appreciate you. The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization comprised of a board of directors who are community leaders that work to advocate for businesses in the Canton area and promote strong local economy. It takes a dedicated and hardworking group of individuals who go above and beyond their everyday responsibilities to ensure this goal is met. Each member of our organization services a critical part in working towards our mission. This evening, I would like to recognize the 2021 Canton Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Ex officios, Mayor Kent McDowell, City of Canton. John Johnson, Director of the Canton Park District. Kurt Oldfield, President of Spoon River College. Rolf Severson, Superintendent of Canton Union School District 66. Board of Directors, Diane Bell, Dye's Boutique. Jason Elwell, Peculiar Projects. Greg Glome, Edwards Jones Financial. Jason Gumbart, Apex Seed Company. Larilyn Hall, The Look Hair Studio. Ann Lockhart, United Way for Spoon River, Becky McLeod, Graham Hospital, Whitney Parrish, Johnson & Johnson PC, Jay Valencia, Canton High School, Aaron Watson, Watson Center for Wellness, board members who have also served as community chairs, the Business and Community Development Committee, Jody Wilcoxon, Mid-America National Bank, Government Affairs Committee Chair, Jay Valencia, Canton High School, Member and Public Relations Committee Chair, Becky McLeod, Graham Health Systems. The members of Canton Executive Chamber Board are Secretary Lisa Gardner, Jim Maloof Realtor, Treasurer Jody Wilcoxon, Mid-America National Bank, Vice President Lacey Neal, Rock Valley Physical Therapy, and President, myself, Jana Emmons, Ipava State Bank. We truly thank our Chamber Board of Directors for their time and dedication to the Canton Chamber. This community would not be what it is today without a strong chamber, and you help make that happen. I am thankful that we all share a common goal of making our community thrive. And by everyone attending this virtual event, it proves that we can do anything. Thank you again and enjoy the evening. Now let's hear from Carla Bobell, Executive Director of the Canton Chamber.
Thank you, Jana, and thank you to everyone who has tuned in to our virtual event tonight. This is not the way we wanted to do our very special event to happen, but our first concern was to keep everyone safe and to continue to follow the CDC guidelines. We have worked very hard to make this event as special as possible for our well-deserving award winners. So we thank you for being a part of it. Each of our winners has received a list of those who are in attendance so they can know your support from afar. I want to thank our lead sponsor, Ameren, Illinois. When talking with John Bentema back in October, he asked how Ameren could help the Canton Chamber in the coming months. When I was explaining that our board decided to have our Chamber Awards night virtually and my concerns with that, we came up with a great idea to help support our local restaurants by giving chamber checks to everyone who purchased a ticket and be able to provide a dinner for those who attended the awards event. Thank you, John and Ameren, Illinois, for helping us make tonight's event possible. I also want to thank our major sponsors, Hy-Vee and Canton, Mid-America National Bank, and Progressive Vision Center. Because of these sponsors, we are able to cover cost of our virtual event. We hope you enjoyed their gifts to you that were inside your special package. We also want to thank our supporting sponsors listed here and all of what they have done. When I reached out to all of these mentioned businesses to find out if they wanted to be a sponsor again this year, they did not hesitate at all. I appreciate that dedication that they show for our very special event. I want to give a big thank you also to Micah Garnett, the pastor at Trinity Lutheran Church, who is our videographer for our virtual awards ceremony. His amazing talent and great patience is greatly appreciated, and I am very fortunate to have him a part of this virtual team to create this show for you tonight. A big thank you also to Allie Ramsey, my new assistant director. We worked through this project together as it was some new event because everything was different. I appreciated her ideas, her suggestions, and her support. And lastly, I want to thank my board members and ambassadors. They were the ones that helped put all your special packages together, and they even helped deliver them. The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce has been serving the business community since 1925. It is such an honor as the executive director to continue to carry the torch of an organization that has values of integrity, leadership, and innovation who strive for excellence for all businesses in and around this community. This past year has been unlike any other. Small local businesses have struggled and some continue to struggle. At the Chamber, we took this very seriously and tried our very best to support these businesses through these challenging days. We made our best efforts to keep businesses in our community informed and updates to the ever-changing mitigations of Restore Illinois. and what kind of help was available, like PPP monies, grants, and SBA loans. The Spoon River Partnership for Economic Development was instrumental in helping businesses apply for large grants, and our local banks, they were the real go-to providers for PPP help. We also had members of the Canton community step up and adopt a chamber member this past year, which helped them pay for their chamber dues for a handful of our businesses so they could continue their valued membership. There truly was a let's get through this together attitude that shows what a strong community we live in today. The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce has had its struggles too in 2020, mostly due to not being able to host our major events like the Canton Cruise-In and the Taste of Canton. Because we were not able to have these fundraising events, things changed. We had to let our assistant at that time go back in May. We lost some of our dear members along the way. And the job description of the chamber director changed drastically. But the one thing that we have learned through this pandemic is, well, we need to be flexible and we must think outside of the box. The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce will continue to be here for the business community. On a brighter note, there is one award that I have the honor to announce. Every year, we honor a member of the Ambassador Club for their support and dedicated service to the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce. The Ambassador Club is a vital part of our membership retention and cultivation and serves as a liaison between the Chamber and its members. The winning ambassador this year has served since 2004. I'm not sure all that they have done in their 17 years as a Canton Chamber ambassador, but I do know what they've done in the last couple of years that I've been involved. Anytime there was help needed, this ambassador would be the first one to respond, whether they could help or not. And when they would help, they knew how to make work fun. Our current treasurer had to step down from serving as an ambassador this past year, and well, there's never anyone who wants to fill that position. So when it was asked of all the current ambassadors who would like to step up to be our treasurer during a Zoom meeting, there was no response. Crickets. I said, it's okay, let's just let this go, but if anyone would become interested, please let me know later. After the meeting was over and people were clicking off of the Zoom meeting, there was this one ambassador that stayed on and they volunteered to be the treasurer for the next coming year. This person also chooses to be an ambassador as an individual, which means they pay their own dues. Their employer does not. Typically, it is a requirement for an ambassador to be representing a chamber business, but you can also be one as an individual. And this person is doing that because she loves to be involved in the chamber. I appreciate all of the service, the dedication, and the fun this person brings to the Ambassador Club, and I do hope that they are with us for another 17 years. I am proud to announce the 2021 Ambassador of the Year, Sandy Etzel. Congratulations, Sandy. I love your fun spirit, and I love having you a part of our ambassador team. I would encourage everyone to look on the inside of your program to see the list of all of our Canton Chamber ambassadors and the businesses that they represent. They are the workhorses of our chamber, and I thank them and I appreciate all of them. Well, it's now time to bring Mr. Stephenson back because the biggest reason we are present this evening is to celebrate some of the individuals that help make this community what it is today. These recipients are great examples of what it means to make a difference in our community, in other people's lives, and in making their home, Canton, a better place. This is our night to honor them. I thank you again for attending our virtual event, but more than that, I thank you for all that you do in your professional and in your personal lives for our community.
As both Jana and Carla spoke of earlier, we honor 3 individuals tonight who are doing extraordinary things to make our community an even better place to live and work. They haven't asked for any recognition for their efforts, but the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce considers it a privilege to publicly thank them for their dedication to our community and acknowledge the impact they've had on so many. We're excited to celebrate the Educator of the Year, the Business Person of the Year, and the Citizen of the Year. Our first award is for the 2021 Educator of the Year. This award recognizes an individual who has made significant contributions to the Canton area educational community. Our winner has earned the respect and admiration of students, parents, and professional colleagues. The 2021 Educator of the Year award goes to an extremely amazing individual, Josiah Martin. Mr. Martin has been with the Canton School District 7 years. He teaches 8th grade math at Ingersoll Middle School, but that's not all. Josiah is also a coach. Not just a coach, but an outstanding coach and mentor to the student athletes. Mike Emery, head baseball coach at CHS, says, Josiah has many exceptional qualities, but the one I find most admirable is his drive to ensure our student athletes have all the necessary preparation to make them successful in both the classroom and the sports arena. Mr. Martin has coached middle school basketball, girls basketball, and is currently the varsity assistant coach of the Canton High School baseball program. Last year, Josiah stepped in as the IMS girls basketball coach in the middle of the season because their coach fell ill. Josiah not only coached the team for the rest of the season, but he took them all the way to state runner-up to finish off the season. He has been known to also run the clock at numerous boys and girls basketball games. Canton Schools Athletics and Activities Director Brad Hewlett said, Josiah excels in using his successful teaching skills with his athletes and his coaching staff. He's a servant leader who listens, modifies, pushes excellence, and has high expectations for learning and success. Josiah is described by his colleagues as dependable, kind, one who goes above and beyond for students, has a contagious enthusiasm for teaching, and does whatever it takes for the betterment of all students and the school district as a whole. He apparently is pretty good with some data spreadsheets too, which comes in handy when you're in a data-driven district. Don Howell, Canton School District Chief Information Officer, says, it's hard to say how many times Mr. Martin has created an Excel spreadsheet or table to be used during staff meetings. The data tables enable the rest of the staff to concentrate on what is most important, all students learning at high levels. Mr. Martin is an outstanding teacher who inspires humans to be their best. Josiah has a true calling to be a teacher, and the Canton School District is honored to have him on their team. We congratulate Josiah Martin on being the 2021 Educator of the Year. Enjoy Josiah's video.
Josiah Martin is an exceptional teacher, mentor, and coach for Canton schools. Students that he works with admires, respects, and looks up to him. Josiah is not only a great educator, he's also a great coach. I've seen Josiah work with students on and off the playing field, and he truly inspires kids to be better. Josiah is a true leader and innovator in our industry. Congratulations, Josiah, on this year's Educator of the Year.
Congratulations, Josiah. Really excited that you won the 2021 Educator of the Year award. I can't think of a more fitting award for you. What you do for me, being my right-hand man in the baseball program, the years that we had coaching basketball together, it is truly inspiring watching the way that you handle yourself in the classroom and the way that you handle yourself on the basketball court and on the baseball diamond, and the way that you take everything on with great enthusiasm. I really appreciate all the work that you do for us.
Hello, I'm Dr. Segerson, and I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about why I feel that Josiah Martin deserves the award for the Educator of the Year. He deserves this award because of his enthusiasm to do whatever it takes to ensure that all students are learning at high levels. I especially appreciate the conversations about data that we have to ensure that all students are learning at high levels. Josiah is always willing to help his students, his athletes, and colleagues at a moment's notice. An example of this happened last year when Josiah stepped in to coach girls basketball. Mr. Martin, congratulations for being recognized for this prestigious award.
I'm Kim Fraley, and I've had the privilege of working with Josiah for quite a few years. Josiah Martin is a dedicated educator who goes above and beyond to help students and colleagues learn and grow. Mr. Rogers once said, "Look for the helpers." Mr. Martin is a helper to his colleagues, his students, and the young people he coaches. Josiah Martin is an outstanding teacher who inspires humans to do their best. He is deserving of Educator of the Year. Josiah demonstrates a contagious enthusiasm for teaching and learning. Josiah is an 8th grade math teacher and coaches middle school girls and boys and high school boys. His mild manner and coaching experiences help him connect and build trusting relationships with his students. Many of his students call him coach and proudly look up to him as a positive role model. Josiah's contagious enthusiasm shines in the classroom, on the field, and on the court. In the classroom, Josiah inspires his students to take on new challenges and reach their full potential. During the time of remote learning, Josiah went above and beyond with office hours before and after school to help those students reach their potential. Mr. Martin is a helper in the true sense of the word. Ingersoll Middle School works to be a data-driven school, and Josiah helps us reach that goal. With his knowledge of numbers and technology tools, Josiah mines important data and breaks it down so that his colleagues can understand their strengths to keep doing and how to improve upon. This all leads to student growth. Admittedly, Mr. Martin has given me a math lesson or two with color coding to help me understand that data. Josiah Martin is truly a helper to students and colleagues and deserves to be the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce 2021 Educator of the Year. Congratulations, Josiah.
My name is Grant Stephenson, and I have had the privilege of working alongside Josiah Martin for the last 6.5 years. I tell you what, they just don't get any better than Josiah as a person, but then I've been able to experience firsthand just his authentic nature as a teacher as well. We teach in rooms that are kind of joined with an accordion curtain, so you might not be able to see him, but I get to hear his interactions every day. And his compassion, his kindness is just really what sets him apart. And I've just been fortunate to not just teach with him, but to also call him a friend. But when I really think about Educator of the Year, there are so many compassionate teachers, and we're so fortunate and can't have so many quality teachers. Really what sets him apart is his ability to go above and beyond. He is not a show up at 8 o'clock, done at 3:30, and this is my job. I truly, think that he has a calling to be a teacher. I like to think that I get to school early and I can't beat him there. He's always there ahead of time doing the extra things. I think you can talk to anybody in our building and when you think about extra, duties and extra jobs, he is the first person that volunteers his extra time, whether that is, creating a schedule or creating a new Excel spreadsheet to look through data. He's the guy who's going to volunteer and do that, often without even being asked. And so those are some things that really set him apart as an educator. And then even extracurriculars. The past few years, he coaches 3 sports. So he is able to positively influence his students, not just in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom as well. And again, I consider it my privilege to be able to continue to work with him daily. I think he pushes me to be a better teacher. And again, every student who walks into his classroom is fortunate to have him as a teacher. He is thought so highly of with his peers and with his students. And I'm just extremely happy for him. So Josiah, congratulations on winning Educator of the Year. I'm really happy for you. It's well deserved.
Well, that's good. Yeah, look at y'all. Sorry, we put you in the sun. We put you in the sun. You okay, Alex?
Yeah.
All right, well, Josiah, I don't know if you know who I am, but my name is Carla Bobell. Here, I'll take my mask off since we're so far apart.
Okay.
Carla Bobell. I'm the executive director with the chamber here in town.
Okay.
And we do awards every year. And I am here to tell you that you are and have been chosen as the 2021 Educator of the Year.
Wow.
You're so welcome. I want to give you this, just a little present, and this is your invitation to come.
Okay.
We'll have it is going to be virtual this year.
Okay.
So, which is a little different, but I will be in touch with you. I'll get your email from the wonderful principal there, and we would love for all of you to come. I might contact some of you.
Yeah.
So yes, it's I don't know how familiar you are with Educator of the Year, but
Not super familiar, to be
well,
honest with you.
I mean, I have to say, right? It's a pretty prestigious award here
Awesome.
in the Canton area, and you just won't have to be in front of 250.
Hey, that's great. I'm okay with that. I picked her right here to win, I guess.
First of all, I want to thank the Canton Chamber of Commerce for this prestigious award. I am very humbled to receive this award along with all the other teachers that have won before me. I would not be in this situation if it wasn't for my colleagues and administration at Ingersoll Middle School. I want to thank all of them as they have helped me become a much better teacher over the past 7 years. When Carla Bobell, along with a few other ladies, showed up at Ingersoll to inform me that I had won, I was completely surprised. Honestly, I thought I had done something wrong when Principal Dr. Segerson told me that she needed to talk to me at a specific time that day. It turns out that it was a great reason. Thank you, Carla, and everybody else that came to Ingersoll to let me know that I had won. And that cupcake you gave me sure was delicious. As a person that grew up in Canton, it has truly been an amazing opportunity to teach in the same school that I attended myself. Becoming a teacher was always something that I wanted to do growing up, but teaching in Canton was something that seemed like a dream. Thankfully, that dream came true. Now, as I am in the middle of my 7th year at Ingersoll, educating the students of Canton is something that I take to heart. I hope that students leave my classroom with a lot of math skills, but more importantly, I want them to be hard workers and good people that will continue to make Canton a great place to live. Who knows, maybe even one day I'll inspire one of my students to become a teacher as well. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of people at Ingersoll that have helped me along the way in my teaching career. So I'm not going to try to mention everybody by name. However, there is no doubt that there are 2 people I need to single out. One of them is Grant Stephenson. Grant and I started working at Ingersoll in the same year of 2014. Grant is an amazing teacher and a great friend. The thing that stands out the most about him is his determination to instill life skills in his students. He has taught me so many things the past few years, and once again, I would not be receiving this award if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Grant. Another person is Kim Fraley. Kim was my mentor when I was first hired on at Ingersoll, and she has been our team leader ever since. She probably gets annoyed with all the questions that I ask her, but she always seems to have the answer. So to Kim, thank you for your guidance and your support. To my parents, thank you for raising me to be the person I am today. I cannot thank you enough for the support you have given not only me, but my brothers as well. You always push us to become better people, to love God, and to love one another. I would not be in this position if it wasn't for all of you, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank my wife, Christina. You have always been a great supporter of my busy schedule. You make it very easy for me to do the things that I love, so thank you for all that you do for me as well. And lastly, thank you for those of you that nominated me. I am extremely grateful to receive this award, and I look forward to continuing to educate the students of Canton for a very long time.
Next is the 2021 Business Person of the Year Award. The criteria for this award includes not only growth in business activity, but also integrity and ethics in business dealings. The winner is to have exhibited a sense of civic responsibility and leadership within the community. This year's Business Person of the Year is Scott Brown, owner of Timbuk Tech. Scott grew up in Canton and was raised by his parents, Marty and Kim Brown, and has 3 other siblings. There were always a lot of kids around because they were a foster family during his years of growing up. Scott loved computers from a very young age. His father explains he was playing computer games as young as 18 months old. He was that kid everyone would go to who needed help with their computer. When in high school, Scott started realizing there was a real need for computer service in the Canton community. And that's when Timbuk Tech was born in 2004 out of his parents' basement. Scott's goal was to bring higher-end technology and service to rural areas, i.e. the middle of nowhere, that didn't have the resources previously. This was the inspiration behind the name of the business, Timbuk Tech. In September 2004, Scott opened in Macomb at the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation building in the Business Incubator program. This is where Scott began to really grow his business and learn the side of running a business. 2004 was also the year he hired his first employee. In 2005, Scott opened his first storefront business in Canton, located in a little building that has since been torn down on West Chestnut across the street from the YWCA. During this time, the number of employees started to grow. In 2009, Scott was busy because he moved from the Economic Development Building in Macomb to a storefront location on North Randolph, which is where the Timbuk Tech Macomb store is currently located, and moved to a new location in Canton, where Haynes Physical Therapy and the Verizon store are now located. As the business continued to grow, in 2014, Scott moved to the current location next to Pizza Hut on East Chestnut. But wait, we're not done, because in 2016, Scott expanded again and opened an office in Washington, Illinois. Timbuk Tech currently has 15 employees, 3 locations, and owns 6 company-branded vehicles, and they won't be stopping there. Timbuk Tech continues to focus on serving smaller communities. In fact, approximately 97% of their business comes from towns less than 16,000 in population. Scott has always had his pulse on the business of technology, but has also given back to the Canton community. Last year, as many may remember, there was a woman who was missing, and the Fulton County ESDA team was one of the organizations working on the situation. Chris Helly, Fulton County ESDA director, said, after the large search for the missing woman, Scott contacted our office to ask about available aerial resources, like a drone. I informed him that type of equipment was north of $20,000. Scott's response? It's closer to $23,500. He had already done the research. Scott ended up donating the best thermal imaging UAV drone to ESDA to be used for the Fulton County area. This type of drone has many uses, such as being capable of finding someone lost at night, has longer flight time, and the ability to fly in rain, just to name a few. This drone has been a game changer for the public safety needs within Canton, Fulton County, and frankly, the region, stated Helly. Scott saw a need for his community and stepped up and did something about it, which really will make a difference. The Canton community is fortunate to have a thriving business like Timbuk Tech that's offering great employment opportunities and a truly needed service. Scott, thank you for your dedication to Canton and the surrounding communities. You are very much appreciated. Congratulations to our 2021 Business Person of the Year, Scott Brown. Enjoy Scott's video.
Scott was always kind of interested in computers. I mean, from a very early age. The first computer that we had at home was a Commodore 64, which nobody knows anything about anymore, but Scott would sit on my lap and the other kids would be doing their thing, and he'd sit there and watch, and he was roughly 18 months old. He was there, and I got a game or two for him, and he learned right off the bat how to make it work, how to run it himself. He could turn on the computer, get the game started, and play the game all by himself. He didn't need very much assistance from me. I mean, he's just a natural at it. Scott, your mother and I are extremely proud of you, and we would like to congratulate you from the bottom of our heart. It's been a pleasure.
Scott, first of all, I'd just like to say congratulations. What a well-deserved award for you through the Chamber of Commerce. Year 2021, you've been affiliated with Davis Buick, GMC, and Davis Ford for a number of years. In fact, I think we were probably one of your first contract clients. You've done an outstanding job for us. Your service has been unparalleled in this business, and we appreciate all that you have done. So what an opportunity for you, and to get your business recognized, and you, especially you, for all the achievements you've had over the past several years. So congratulations to Scott Brown, Timbuk Tech, and your company. Very well deserved.
I want to say that I've been working with Scott's company for many years, and I've always believed, and I see it come to fruition with Timbuk Tech, in that the associates that really reflect your business, they are a reflection of leadership, and it can be seen. I've always enjoyed interaction with all of the Timbuk Tech employees, and especially in the last year, as we all were kind of shocked back in March with COVID and how things were going to go. Timbuk Tech stepped right up. We got in contact so we could make sure that anyone who could work remotely was able to, and they helped us get through that, and have been all along as we've had issues going on where someone has had difficulties. And they are always on top of things for us. They keep all of our digital and electronic information, help us keep that safe for the citizens, which is so important, especially in my office as the treasurer. It's very important that I keep all the information very safe, and I do trust them to do that. We've watched you guys grow here in this community. It's been wonderful to see. Congratulations, Scott, for Business Person of the Year.
Could not find a better, candidate or nominee for this award. Very good. It's very, at least in my experience, very uncommon to find someone that actually knows what they want to do in life, for one, and then two, has the passion and the purpose to kind of go after that. So Scott identified a need a long time ago in the community, in this community and the Macomb community and all the surrounding areas as well in the beginning. Now we have an office over in Washington as well. So, came a long way from his parents' basement to where we're at now as a company. So I've enjoyed the ride the whole time. It's been a pleasure to work, kind of side by side. Learned a tremendous amount of things about the IT industry, but it's not just that. Scott is very good. That is what, his background, what his knowledge is. He's also very good, though, at just making that simple to people. That's the way you can one thing we kind of call at work is the grandma test. There's one, if somebody reads through some technical notes, your grandma should be able to kind of pick something out that you at least know what you're talking about or know what you did. So, he's very tremendous at that. Could not be a better nominee for this award. So, Scott, congratulations on Business Person of the Year. More than deserving of it. Continue to good work, my friend. Thank you.
Scott Brown and the staff at Timbuk Tech are very community-oriented and care about the residents they serve, and have always been a leader in technology and public safety services for Fulton County. Scott and his staff have been integrated into helping this community for as long as I have known him. Their staff have always been there for us to help with technology needs, support our communities, and help develop public safety. Last August, we had a large search and rescue call within Fulton County. The call drug on for about 3 days and involved agencies from across the state. After the call, Scott contacted me to discuss how the call went, see if there was any way he could help, and just genuinely cared about those affected and was really impressed with what he saw within the community. Scott was deeply touched. He was very connected to what happened and had a just true, genuine care about the events of those days. Scott saw what this community did. Scott saw what happened, and Scott cared. He asked why we didn't have our own thermal imaging drone, and I frankly responded with, Scott, we just can't afford it. And Scott immediately said, you can now, and wrote that check. Didn't waver, didn't question it, didn't even ask how much it cost. He went out, found the best possible drone available on the market. There were cheaper alternatives, there were cost-effective alternatives. He didn't care. He wanted our community to have the best. He wanted this community to have every single resource that we could. I'd also like to highlight the fact that not only did that help Fulton County, but it's also been deployed to Peoria County, Menard County, and other counties in the surrounding state, in the surrounding area. Scott, thank you very much for making a difference on this donation. Thank you for leading a solid company, and thank you to your staff at Timbuk Tech for all their work they do. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
And Scott grew up in Canton. He started with computers in the basement of his house. He started his business while he was still in high school. He started Timbuk Tech. So he went to Spoon River College full-time, continued to run his business. It serves people here in the community as well as businesses, schools, the college. So it's been a very good business. It's been, Scott has done well with that. He has an expertise and a passion for computers. And he's thought about this and was aware of this drone, thermal drone that could help. And he took that idea. He went to people that were in charge, the police department. Would this be helpful? And of course they said, yes, we'll look into it. And Scott's answer was, I already have. And he donated $23,000 plus to buy it. And he said, I've looked into it, that's how much it costs, I will bring by a check. Now, when I read that, I told my husband, I said, you know, Scott should be Business Person of the Year. I'm going to remember and nominate him because many people have the thoughts, what can I do for my community? How can I help? And they think somebody should do this or that, but Scott stepped up and did it. And if all of us can look at our community, how can we make it better? Well, it doesn't have to be money, it can be time, talent, but giving back to our community to make it a better place to live. And that's why I nominated Scott, because I saw that in him. He took his passion and his love, his expertise for the computers, for his hometown, and gave back. And so for that, I say congratulations, Scott Brown, on Business Person of the Year.
Getting this award was a big shock to me. I did not expect this at all. I want to thank the Chamber for having the award, having this available, and all those people who nominated me. Definitely want to thank my parents for believing me and in me and helping me through a lot of the things and starting a business at 18 and making it through everything that needed to be there. We've grown. We really wanted to bring technology to the small rural areas that we're in here, and over the last 17 years we've grown to 3 locations and 17 employees. Definitely want to thank my employees themselves. They are a fantastic team that we have, and then really just want to thank the community. Just kind of think back. One of the things Carla keeps saying is you're trying to thank thank the community themselves and how they've helped, and not just being clients in that, which is big. I appreciate that, but I think of the times that I was spent up at with my uncle at Brown Snappy Service and the family there, and all the different business owners that really kind of helped mentor me over the time, whether they knew it or not. Spent a lot of time with Leo Bobell. During lunches and that, he'd come in all the time and hear all the different stories that he had. Guy Coleman, it was a big one. Learned a lot from business, but both Guy and Bill Lockard, and just tons of different business owners that came in throughout the different times that I'd be, working up at the family restaurant, and just, I learned a ton. I asked probably way more questions than I should have. Everybody was, very good to answer them, but I learned a lot from everybody in this community, and it, really helped give me a strong base to be able to accomplish everything that we have, and we definitely look forward to being part of the community. And just thank you again. And if you know anybody with any technical ability, we have 3 more positions we've just opened up as we continue to grow, and we're looking to hire. So thank you very much.
We close out the evening with the Citizen of the Year Award. This award is named after the late Chamber Director and Community Leader Paul Vandehar. The 2021 Paul Vandehar Citizen of the Year Award recognizes an individual who has given extraordinary service and made extraordinary contributions to the community. The recipient has played a significant role in improving and preserving the Canton area. This year's Citizen of the Year is Carol Kohler. If you know Carol, you most likely know her as the executive assistant to the mayor of Canton and to the city attorney. Carol began in the position in 2006 when she was hired by then-mayor Rod Hines, who served as mayor until 2008. Many times when a mayor moves out of his or her position, so does the assistant. But not Carol. She continued to stay in the city office when Mayor Kevin Meade stepped in and served from 2008 to 2013. Then Jeff Fritz from 13 to 17, and is still running things in the mayor's office with current Mayor Kent McDowell. There aren't too many people who could work for that many personalities, but Carol has, which says a lot about her own endearing personality. On top of her main responsibility as the mayor's assistant at City Hall, Carol is also the secretary of the Police and Fire Commission, books rentals for the historic train depot, and keeps city workers on their toes, just to name a few. On top of all that, Carol has played a very large part in helping the aesthetics of our downtown by guiding decisions on the Canton clock, new benches, the new lighting for downtown Canton that holds colorful seasonal banners, and even the new ironwork on the gazebo. Her attention to detail for beautification of downtown is stellar. There's more. Carol is the master gardener of Jones Park. Dana Smith, president of Canton Main Street, says as a master gardener, Carol lobbied the city to set aside a budget for the maintenance and beautification of Jones Park. The plants, flowers, and decorations of the park are a result of her thoughtful planning and her love of gardening. Most all of us are familiar with downtown events such as Kids Fest, Munchkin Masquerade, and the Christmas Walk. Well, guess who's behind all those? Carol is the Canton Main Street Promotions Team chairperson. She has a strong team of volunteers, but Carol is the one who continues to keep them on track by organizing meetings and keeping much-needed timelines in check. Her creative side really comes out during these events. During Kids Fest, she has transformed the gazebo into a barnyard, a castle, and even a big top tent to go along with the annual kids' themes. Carol was also the one leading this team to still have the Christmas Walk in 2016 after the Opera House explosion happened in November of that year. It was her genius idea to decorate the boarded up windows at business locations downtown to make them look like Christmas packages, which brought hope back to the Canton community. If you've ever attended a farmer's market during the summer months in Jones Park, you most likely saw Carol running around helping the vendors and answering questions of local patrons. Carol was one of 3 people who worked to move the farmers market to downtown Canton after it was struggling and now has more than 15 different vendors. Lastly, Carol also shares her talents every year by singing in the Spoon River Community Chorus. This group puts on concerts throughout the year. The money raised from those performances becomes scholarships for deserving students at Spoon River College. Carol's genuine dedication to Canton and its residents has always been proven by her actions and her willingness to help create an even better community for us all. It is with great pleasure we honor the 2021 Paul Bondahar Citizen of the Year, Carol Kohler. Enjoy Carol's video.
So I've known Carol Kohler for a little over 2 years now with my work with SRPED and Canton Main Street. And I have to tell you, Carol is one of the most dedicated, hardworking, creative women I have ever met. And she is so creative. Have you seen those gnomes at the south side of Jones Park this winter? That is Carol. If last year you've seen those 2 giant piles of mulch appear in the parking areas of Jones Park and then they disappeared, that was Carol. Carol really does care and is very passionate about specifically our downtown Jones Park. In the words of my new executive director, Cole McDaniel, the downtown is the heartbeat of your community. And I think Carol does really believe and understand that. So thank you, Carol, for everything you've done for Jones Park, beautifying Jones Park, and everything you've done with Canton Main Street. You are so dedicated that you will even paint in your work clothes, but you'll take your shoes off to make sure you don't get paint on your shoes. So we enjoy working with you. This is well deserving, and thank you again for everything you do for Canton Main Street and the city of Canton. And congratulations, Carol, for winning Citizen of the Year.
I think one of the hallmarks of any outstanding citizen in any community is leadership, and I have a wonderful memory of an example of Carol's leadership after the explosion on November 16, 2016. We were in a quandary because Christmas walk was 2 weeks away, and we made the decision to go ahead with it. And it was Carol's idea to basically upholster the downtown. And a week after we met, on a Sunday, we had 50 volunteers show up to help do the job. And Carol was in the midst, pointing everybody in the right direction, giving them the supplies that they needed, and the downtown turned into Christmas. And it's one of my best memories of Carol, and to me, an example of why she should be the Outstanding Citizen of the Year in 2021. And congratulations, Carol.
Hello, my name is Nancy Mackey. I work for the City of Canton alongside my good friend Carol Kohler, who is this year's recipient of the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award. Can't think of anybody that deserves this award more than Carol. She's a wonderful asset to the community. Not only working at City Hall and taking care of business there, she takes care of Jones Park. She's an integral part of the farmers market, the Christmas walk, Munchkin Masquerade, just about anything that you need a volunteer for, Carol will play a part in it. And she's just a wonderful lady. I love her to pieces. Congratulations, Carol.
I'm Rod Hines, and most of you know that I had the privilege of serving as Canton's mayor from 2005 to 2008. Shortly after I was elected, I was eating dinner with my wife and told her that I was in need of a secretary. And she said, "I have the person." And I said, "Really? And who would that be?" She said, "Carol Kohler." And then I said, "Who is Carol Kohler?" Can you imagine anybody today saying, "Who is Carol Kohler?" The fact that she has served under 4 administrations attests to her ability and the confidence that people have in her. If I were to name the single most reason why I think she deserves this award is because of the behind-the-scenes work she did when we were trying to attract Cook Medical to come to Canton. I don't have to tell you that Bill and Carl Cook have done an immeasurable amount of good for the city of Canton. And as us politicians were talking and boasting about what we were doing, somebody was behind the scenes actually doing the work. As you know, until the work is done, nothing is going to be accomplished. Carol did a great job, and all our presentation material was in pristine condition, and it was all great. Carol, you've done a lot for Canton. Canton is a different place because of you. Congratulations, and thank you.
Well, I can't think of anyone more deserving for Citizen of the Year than Carol Kohler. Carol is one of those people who deserves this award the most, but wants it the least. The things that she does are the unsung things. She's the worker around town. She's the worker in our parks. She makes things look more beautiful. And yet she's not anyone who wants recognition or seeks it out. And that's sort of the epitome of what our Citizen of the Year is about. I can imagine when she found out she was getting this award, she was rather embarrassed by it. And that's just part of her nature, a very quiet, very unassuming, very much get the business done kind of person. You know, it's interesting that she has served now with 4 administrations and 4 different mayors. It is quite an accomplishment, actually, to be able to go through that. I think about that, and I'm sure the first few months that she was in office with Rod, I'm sure she kind of wondered how she got there and what she was doing there. And now, after spending nearly 16 years with 4 different mayors, I'm sure she wonders how the rest of us ever got there and what we ever did. But again, she is the kind of person that you don't know a lot about until you spend some time with her. I remember one Christmas, someone had dropped a gold coin into one of the Salvation Army kettles. And I had asked the question, just sort of musing about it, I wonder what an ounce of gold is worth? To which Carol immediately responded, well, in today's market, it's $1,370.40. Being very surprised at why she would know that, I then discovered that her father was a coin collector. And he always kept track of the gold and the silver markets. And that's something that Carol continued to do and probably does to this day. You could ask her now, and I'll bet she could tell you what the price of gold and silver is. But Carol is one of those people who we rely on, we lean on, and we hopefully don't take for granted. So Carol, congratulations, well-deserved honor. Very proud to be a part of this. Thank you.
Hi, Carol. I'd like to start out by first congratulating you for being chosen as the Citizen of the Year. It's a great honor. And when preparing for this, I decided to go out and do a little research, and I found that one of the meetings associated with your name, Carol, is to celebrate in song. And although I'm privileged to be able to be a part of your celebration this evening, I cannot sing, nor do you want me to try to sing. So instead, I decided to take the first letters of your name to represent and share the attributes I've seen you continually display. Starting with C, you're a champion for Canton. Letter A is for active. You're involved in so many civic and volunteer activities. R is for role model. You are the example, an inspiration for others to focus on giving back to their community. Oh, yeah. Did I mention you also have a full-time job? That is office manager. Not many people survive multiple mayoral administrations, but Carol, you have, now working for your 4th mayor. And last but not least, L, for leader. You consistently display the characteristics of empathy, listening, and stewardship. Never seeking the spotlight for yourself. But tonight, Carol, the spotlight is on you, and it's well-deserved. Congratulations again.
Hi, Carol. I just want to congratulate you on the great honor that has been awarded to you by the Chamber. Since I've been here, you've always been my Citizen of the Year. You've really kept me focused and grounded these last 4 years. I can't tell you how proud I am of you, and I know it's a great honor for you and your family, but also, in my opinion, it's a great honor for all the employees of the city of Canton, as I think you're a great representative of the group of people that we have that work for the city. You do a magnificent job with the park, designing the gazebo, the new ironwork this year. You helped out greatly with the clock, getting it refurbished, the benches in the park, just everything you touch turns to gold, and I'm just really proud of you and very honored and pleased that you're my assistant. I wish people could understand the complexity of your job. They would really appreciate you much more. Just the complexity of babysitting me is a big part of it as well, but you keep things going. You keep me, again, like I said, grounded and focused, and I just can't tell you how proud I am of you and for you. Congratulations, and have a great year. Thanks again, Carol.
Carol Kohler and I share many things. We share a name. We share our children. Her daughter, Katie, married my son, Colin, thank God. We share a granddaughter, Autumn. She's Grandma, I'm Gammy. And we share a love of the Spoon River College Community Chorus. Carol sings with us in our winter concerts, and occasionally I bring out her other talents and have her do some set design or some set decoration. To artistically honor Carol tonight, I've written lyrics for a song about her. A carol. Get it? I'm thinking of submitting the lyrics to Stephen Sondheim right after this event. I'll let you know how that goes. But for now, the premiere of Canton's Carol in verse. Our Carol is a busy bee. She buzzes about merrily. She very rarely watches TV because there's this and that. Her gardens bloom for us to see. Her plants grow exponentially. She never tolerates debris. Is she an acrobat? Her vocal sounds ring prettily. Her singing is just esprit. And because she sits right next to me, I vouchsafe she's never flat. Her creations shine with artistry on ground, on tables, on stage. Woo-wee. You should see her hit golf balls off tees. She has everything down pat. For 15 years, so graciously, she's dealt with issues flawlessly. She gives herself so selflessly. She's Canton's welcome mat. How deserving to be a nominee. It all came down quite secretly. So many in our great town agree that's all there is to that. So, Carol, it was meant to be that this day come eventually. Tonight we honor with such glee Canton's brightest plant. I wanted to use flower at the end, but it really didn't fit the rhyme pattern at all, so anyway, I couldn't be happier. Congratulations, Carol. You deserve every bit of it.
Carol. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Good. Hi. Oh my. You don't have to put your mask on. You don't have to put your mask on. Get in here. So, we have a little group of us in here this morning because we have something to tell you. Okay. We would like you to be informed that you have been chosen as the 2021 Citizen of the Year. Oh no! Yes! Oh my gosh! I know. No! Yeah, you can kill us later.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I even went and brushed my teeth with it.
I put eyebrows on. So,
Oh my.
yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, so we're just, we are thrilled and excited. You have no idea what's ahead of you. But that's okay. It'll be good.
Okay.
It'll be good.
Good evening, everyone. I was very surprised, and I'm very honored to have been chosen for this Citizen of the Year award. I looked back at the list of previous award winners, and I'm truly humbled to have my name added to this long list of wonderful community leaders. I think it's funny how all of your life experiences all seem to come together, all of the places that you go and the people you work with, to bring you to where you are right now. I can remember as far back as when I was maybe 9 or 10 years old, and I used to pull the weeds out of the brick sidewalk that surrounded our home on the west side of Canton. And it wasn't because my parents had given that to me as a chore. It was just because I thought it made the sidewalk look nicer. And I liked that, even as a 10-year-old. I taught middle school English for 15 years. And not only is that a creative outlet for me, but it also was where I learned that you need to be super duper organized, and you really need to think through every single detail ahead of time before you start a project with your students, because the last thing you want, believe me, is having 30 7th graders starting to get bored and a little bit out of control because there was something that you forgot in the plan and now you're scrambling around to fix it. After 15 years of teaching, we moved to Indiana, and that is where my career path took a sharp right turn. My Illinois teaching license didn't allow me to teach in Indiana, so for that first year, I had to find some other kind of work to do, and I ended up working on the grounds crew of 2 country clubs and then later some public gardens. And that's where I learned that I loved working outdoors, I loved working with plants, and I liked making things look nice all the time. And it didn't matter that it was just the simple work of mowing a fairway or mowing a green. It was sharpening up the edges, and it was making those nice big green stripes going back and forth, and planting flowers and making things look nice for the members and their guests. After that, we moved back here to Canton, and honestly, for the first time, that was the first time I felt like I was really, truly a part of a community. Not just somebody who was living in a community, but a part of a community. And I have Mayor Rodney Hines and his wife Sylvia to thank for that. Sylvia got me involved with a small group of gardeners that was planning a restoration of Jones Park. And then shortly after that, Rod hired me as his assistant at the city. And that just really changed everything. It put me in a position to have some influence and some input into how things looked downtown. And it also introduced me to Canton Main Street, which was a really great organization with wonderful things that they do. And that job here at the city has just kind of pulled together all of the experiences that I've had over my life. I would like to thank the University of Illinois Master Gardeners and all of the volunteers that have helped in the park over the last 15 years, and 2 in particular, Shelley Spencer and Carla Presnell, because they have been a wonderful support to me, and they together have literally put in hundreds of hours. I'd like to thank Canton Main Street and everyone who has served on my promotions committee, and 2 in particular, of course, Dana and Amanda for the nomination. That committee is a ton of fun, and we have a lot of laughs just coming up with ideas for our events. I'd like to thank the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors for giving me this award. And lastly, I'd like to thank my husband, John, and my daughters, Katie and Lauren, for just going along with everything that goes with the silly things that I do. It might be just the time away from home when we're working on events, or it could be things like having our refrigerator absolutely stuffed with fresh flowers right before the chamber dinners, or having the garage full of evergreens or cardboard cutouts of castle walls, or I don't know, circus animals, or whatever it was that the event we were working on at the time. Lastly, I'd like to remind everyone that first impressions are everything. It doesn't matter if it's how your house looks in your neighborhood, or how your business looks to the customer that's coming in the front door, or if it's how our entire town looks to someone who might want to bring us new business here, or to a young family that might want to come here to live. It's so important for all of us to make Canton look as nice as we possibly can, because that first impression is everything. It makes people decide whether or not they want to come here to shop or to live or to work. So, I have an assignment for you, and that is this. In the next couple of months, when the weather finally gets nicer outside, I would like you to go out and actually physically stand in front of whatever space it is that you have, whatever space you can have some influence over. If it's your home, if it's your business, if it's another piece of property in town that you own, maybe it's a rental property, maybe it's just an empty lot. Maybe it's not even something you own, but it's maybe your place of work, but where you can have some influence. And take a look at that with some fresh eyes and really look and see, how does this look to people who are going by? And see if there's anything that you can do to make it look better. And I know that can be a hard thing to ask right now, because after this last terrible year of COVID, people are struggling, and they just really don't probably have money left over for something like curb appeal. But it doesn't have to be something expensive. Maybe it's just doing a better job of cleaning and sweeping and mowing and trimming. Maybe it's just putting a fresh coat of paint on your front door, or changing out a doormat, or getting a new mailbox, or something, whatever it needs to be. Maybe it's planting some flowers. Or maybe it's just something as simple as pulling weeds out of a brick sidewalk. With that, I just say thank you very much, and good night.
We again congratulate the award recipients who have made such an impact in shaping Canton into what it is today. Josiah Martin, Educator of the Year; Scott Brown, Business Person of the Year; and Carol Kohler, Citizen of the Year. Thank you for all you do and will continue to do for our community. Look for complete coverage of our virtual event featuring biographies on each of tonight's winners in the Canton Daily Ledger and the Fulton Democrat. Lastly, we thank all our sponsors for helping the Chamber put on this virtual event. Without sponsors, it would not have happened. We also want to thank you for tuning in tonight for the Canton Area Chamber of Commerce 96th Annual Meeting and Awards. Or if you're watching the playback later, we hope you enjoyed watching what is a celebration of some very dedicated members of our community. The Canton Area Chamber of Commerce and our lead sponsor, Ameren, Illinois, want to remind you to shop local. Doing this small thing will make a big difference in our community. Thank you, and have a great night.